So I just wanted to go over a few things before Scott joins us this morning. So as these sessions, Jackie, are all, they're gifted through me. So I'm a part of all these sessions, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they always start with me and they end with me. And I'll
Okay.
send Scott a telegram message as soon as like we're ready for him to hop on. So as you can see, he is connected on a Zoom link, but I don't have no
Uh-huh.
idea if he has his headphones on or not. So he may be listening in or not. So just
Okay.
so you know. All right. So so I know when we sent you that message to if you want to schedule this session, I will gift you the 2 hours max with Scott. It
Mm-hmm.
was about getting your messaging clear. That was part of it, right?
Oh,
Remember that?
no, I didn't think so. I think this one was suggested by Scott, and I think it was about something I said on my social media video
Yeah,
thingy.
social media messaging around that.
Yeah, it was about it was about sales. It was about
Okay.
sales.
So around that
I don't
realm
remember.
about your social media, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So how these sessions work, because like I said, they're gifted through me, so I have to follow certain like rules and conditions, that Scott creates. So all the sessions are recorded. And in this session with Scott, you don't take notes, so you can be
Right.
fully present, right, to
Right. Yep.
him. And I have witnessed actually Scott actually during COVID, he had his corporate client in Edmonton,
Mm-hmm.
who was having once a month sessions with him and was paying him 500 an hour
Mm-hmm.
for the sessions. And I share that with you because so you can come on this call, different, like just view this call differently. Like it's not like a booking session, how you're used to having the booking sessions. It's not a step 12 thing. It's an actual like, to call it turnaround session. And it's a session, right?
Okay.
That's why I share this so you can kind of just come from that different perspective or positioning on this call. So you want to get like as much as you can. And then the benefit to you, because of the sessions are recorded, thank God for recordings, we then after the session, either Scott, myself, probably Scott, because he's faster, edits it, sends you the full footage, then you can watch it on your own time. Then you take notes later because there'll be certain things that Scott will say in the session. Scott, well, through his booking sessions, but in his session, he talks fast. Like he'll just kind of bulldoze some stuff, right? And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's hard to keep up with us. Like what happened after this session? So at least you can watch it. You can take notes. There'll be action steps that may come out in the session with the understanding, of course, you don't share the footage. We don't share with
Oh,
anyone. It's
I think one of
confidential.
us froze.
Oh, hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't freeze on me.
It says my internet, we've got a storm going on here. It said my internet was unstable, so hopefully that doesn't happen too much.
Okay. How about now? Am I frozen?
Yeah, no, you're good.
No?
You're
Okay.
good.
Perfect. If that happens again, what I'll have you do, sometimes this works, is just log out and log back in again.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, with the understanding, yeah, you don't share it or make copies of it. It's totally confidential, as you know. And then you just let us know when you're done reviewing the session, taking notes, and we can, take the footage down or put it back on private status.
Okay.
Right. So you have access to that recording later, so you don't have to worry about like taking notes or what did I miss or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then with the email thing, the breakdown, the communication thing, we'll deal with that later. So probably that will just be with me after Scott's done his thing. As the call ends with me, we'll reconnect and we'll get that all sorted out for you. Okay,
Okay.
or I will. And then we'll also go over some, dates. I'll talk to Scott. We'll go over some times and dates where we can come to London and see you and Riley.
Awesome.
All right. I told Scott I like that name, by the way, Riley for a dog.
He
So
came with
cute.
that actually. He came with that name. I'll tell you the story another time when we're not
Later,
doing
yeah,
something
because I
like
don't
this.
want to
Yeah.
cut into your time.
Yeah.
All right, and I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything else. Oh, and then after the session, I'll just ask you because now you're used to doing social sharing videos after each booking session. So I'll just ask you, or Scott will ask you, just to if you could just do a social sharing video based on what happened here or what value you feel you got. And if you wanted to, if you felt comfortable, if you could post it in the Level 11 coaching program group, which is just me, you, and Wanda and Scott in it right now.
Okay.
Okay. Just so kind of there are no surprises that that's what you'll be asked to do. All right. Okay, so I think we're pretty much set for Scott to come in. Do you have any
Okay.
questions before or anything?
No, I will
Already?
tell you that I have to be like very strict on 9 o'clock because I've got one appointment after another all day. So I've
Oh
got
yeah,
to
we'll
be
never
across
go
town.
past
Yeah.
2 hours. Like I said, these are like 2 hours max sessions, right? So we'll never go past 2 hours. No
Good.
problem.
Good,
All
good.
right. Yeah, in fact, probably end before 9. And if there's something we didn't get complete with the scheduling, we can always, maybe schedule another half an hour call or get that completed later. Okay.
Okay, cool.
But
Yeah.
we'll do our best to get that complete because that's what I said. So this way it's complete for you.
Awesome.
Okay. All right.
Awesome.
And we'll be really intentional. So on that note, let me send Scott a Telegram message and tell him that he can come back. He can come on now. Oh, and also be prepared. I don't think you had the first session with Scott before he got into booking. He also tends to expect him to interrupt a lot. All right, so that's shouldn't be a surprise because he knows he's only got 2 hours, probably less than 2 hours max with you, and he wants to just get you as much as like. So if he feels he doesn't have to hear any information or stories, you'll just interrupt and, go on to the next thing because it's for your benefit, to get to an action or result for you. Okay, or the next step. So he just while he's listening to you talk, he's like in his mind, he's like getting all the data, right? Okay, so that's always something I tell people too, just so they're not shocked. All right, so I messaged him that he can come on now, so he should be on momentarily.
Awesome.
Okay.
It is going to be a bit of a crazy day, which is really quite awesome, but it will be busy.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh, he says 2 minutes max, he will be on.
Do you know what then? If he's going to be a minute, I'm just going to grab a coffee,
Sure.
warm it
all
up.
right.
I'll be right back, okay?
Sounds good. See you soon.
Oh, good. Coffee's good.
Oh, there's Scott. Perfect timing.
Look at that. It's almost like we knew what we were doing.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear where that's Riley, the squeaky squeaky?
Oh, I didn't realize. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, he's down here playing with something. He's trying to get me to throw it for him.
Oh.
Okay. This is going to be fun. That's all I know. Really fun. And that's not just because you make it easy to be fun. Just so you know, this is my thing here, baby.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That makes me good. That makes me happy to hear.
You just make it sexy and fun.
Oh, sexy and fun. You know, I can't help myself. It just oozes.
I'll give you credit for that part only. All right. So I'll let you talk first, but I just want to acknowledge that. You tell me like there was something happened. And I remember saying, "Oh my God, I got to help you with that." But I still want to say that I knew that I was using Samina's hours, her 14 hours she earns with me for agreement. So I just want to make sure. Yes, she gets the credit. Looks like I'm being generous, but I am with Samina, and I chose that I want to use these 2 hours with you, and I already knew she'd say yes, and I never need the full 2 hours. So I just want to acknowledge that because the relationship came from you. Mm-hmm. I'm always want to make sure that I honor that. Thank you, Samina, for connecting me with this beautiful woman, and she gave you this. So let's get going. What do you want to tell me? Like, just talk and tell me everything you want to tell me, and then, I'm going to come up with some brilliant ideas, and
Okay.
then if I'm smart, I'll say God takes the credit, and I got nothing to do with it.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, this is going back to Deb's what do you call it? The booking with Deb. And I think the thing that I was talking about was
it had something to do with marketing. That's what I know.
It had something to do with marketing, and I had a breakthrough, but I don't remember what exactly I said.
Oh, I remember now because you mentioned Deb. I know it was something to do with not because you mentioned Deb. I remember it was clear, like you had this, the way you were talking was like, oh man, she's so fucked. She's like trying to be noble here, and something about nobility. You're trying to be noble, and I don't want to like sell that way. Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was something similar to that. Yes.
And boy,
Yes,
could
yes,
I ever
yes.
recognize myself when you said that. Oh my God. I recognize myself in that, and then I recognize Samina being in that exact pattern for 2 years, 2 years before, like it was, that she took a little bit more time to get out of that pattern.
Okay.
Yeah. So try to give words to it again, like the guilt you have.
I don't even remember what I said. I know it was about the copywriting secrets. Trying to remember what it was.
Let's take advantage of Samina here. Samina, if you could find that social sharing video first of all.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
How can Samina do it, and then maybe we could watch it together.
I'll just go and find it quickly in the social sharing group. It won't take
I don't
long.
have very many in there, so it should be.
And it would be
Yeah.
on what subject? Copywriting secrets.
Yeah.
So if you could
Yeah.
just search
The only
copywriting
one with
secrets.
Deb. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna get.
Okay, so it was about headlines.
So thanks for saying yes for us
Oh.
coming to visit, even though you invited me already. So I was just saying yes to your invitation.
No, it'll be
That's
fun.
going to be fun.
It'll be fun.
It's
You'll
fun.
have to come down when I can cook, and if you're
Oh,
here,
okay.
if you're here long enough, maybe we can do a fire outside and
Oh!
bonfire.
I missed that. The answer is that's how I want to do it.
Okay.
Let me tell you something about me. Remember I told you I hate social?
Yeah.
What I love is staring at a campfire. I just love staring at a campfire, and ideally if there's a lake right beside it, but just a campfire, I love it.
Okay, so we'll do
So
a fire.
we're going to plan around that for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, I have a guest room and I have a futon, so you guys we can have a fire and you can crash here if you like.
I'm not sure that I will do that,
Okay.
but it's nice to know that I have that option.
Yeah.
Thank
because
you.
it's a long drive home.
Yeah. I might choose to stay in a hotel instead.
Oh,
But
all
I
right.
appreciate that.
Okay. Well, whatever works. Whatever works for you.
I love the idea of a campfire a
Yes.
lot. Thank
Me
you.
too. I love doing them. And my son has gotten a little bit, it's almost like, I don't want to call it an addiction.
Oh, does your
but
son,
it's
you have a
almost like-
son that lives there?
Yeah, he's 31,
Oh, nice.
31. I don't know. He's old.
Holy shit. You look good.
I had him when I was 17.
All right. So I found it.
Oh, 17. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
All right.
Okay,
so
that's
can you
it. Let's
see my
play it,
screen?
Samina. Yeah, play it.
Thanks, Samina.
So it was
Yeah,
very
yeah.
interesting to me and very
Okay, let me just
Turn the volume up, yeah.
Jackie, and I was
Oh,
by Deb in Copywriting Secrets.
can you hear that okay? My volume's
Yeah, it's
on
as
full.
loud as you can make it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Hi everybody, it is Jackie, and I was just booked by Deb in Copywriting Secrets, pages 37 to 49, and here's what I got. So it was very interesting to me and very timely because I'm working on bringing some new stuff out within my business. So very timely for me to be having this conversation. And I realized a couple of very important things about myself while we were going through. Not sure exactly quite what to do because I feel like my brain is zing, 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 and it needs some time to process the information. In all honesty, it needs a little bit of time to process. But one of the things that really struck me was the marketing from either pain or desire. So marketing to their pain points. And I've been in business for a long time. I've heard about this a lot. And it actually sort of really hits me in a bad spot. I don't like the idea of going after, it feels sort of like, going after somebody's vulnerabilities, going after someone's, like kicking them when they're down. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't feel good. So I feel like I need to do a little bit of shifting in my mind around that, because identifying the pain point is probably a very smart thing to do. But I don't want to push that button on people. You know what I mean? I don't want to be the person.
Okay, stop. Yeah, thanks for the reminder, Samina. You're awesome. What a team we are. Oh my God. We should package that in an offer right there. Tag teaming. Samina,
Yeah,
that
you
was
know
so
what? If you could
freaking
bottle that
helpful.
stuff.
That was so helpful. Were you crying a bit there?
No. I'm sweating
Oh, okay.
like a pig right now.
Oh, sorry to hear
I don't know
that.
what's going on. No, it's fine.
Is it too hot there?
Hot flashes, it's a woman thing.
Oh, okay. Okay. No
Yeah,
problem.
so-
And if it's ever too comfortable, too uncomfortable, and just put the request that let me know,
Okay.
so that we could reschedule if we had to. No.
No.
problem.
And this is just life. Don't worry about it.
I just want to make sure you're not in pain unnecessarily. That's
Thank you,
great.
thank you.
So listen, yeah, that's beautiful. So I'm just going to reframe it for you. Pain versus desire. So
Yes.
Sabina, could you maybe mute yourself or something? Because all of a sudden I'm seeing you, or just mute your audio, Sabina, your microphone. When you breathe, you switch the camera on me, and then I lose my connection experience with Jackie. Jackie, can you just say 1, 2, 3 so the camera switches?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
There you go. Now you're back. Yeah, I can see you
1,
now.
2, 3. Oh, there. Now I can
thank
see you. Okay.
Thank you. Oh, the same thing happened for you. You saw
Yeah.
Sabina there?
Yeah.
Good. So Sabina can be present. That's what happens.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Yeah, she just mutes this. So pain versus desire. So I want to say something. Let's look at it this way, right? You care so much about your clients. You do. And you care so much because you know what it's like to be them. Is that true?
Yes.
Right. You also know that you can help them. And it's not just about money. You care so much. I fucking want to help you. Is that
Yes.
true?
Yes.
Right? So the fact that there's going to be money involved, that's a given. You might have issues with money. I guess everybody does. We all do. But that's here nor there. Let's not talk about that bullshit, right? You are a business, and either you want to help them, for free, or you want to help them because it's for free and then it's a funnel, or it's straight to paid. That shit don't matter in what I just heard you say. That's irrelevant. Let's not mix the issues here. That's another session. If there's any issues there. This is about, I care about you. I'm the fucking best, and I want to fucking help you, and I'm going to fucking help you. Is that fair enough?
Sure.
Right? Like that, right?
Yeah.
So, well, first of all, let's start with what Copywriting Secrets is about. It's about how do you market to strangers. So, because if you can get your messaging so clear with a stranger, it's going to be pretty easy to tell me and Samina, why should we do something with you that you sell?
Right.
Right? We're already here. We got a bit of a trust. We got, it's so easy. Now it's easy. Copywriting Secrets is awesome because it teaches you the hardest thing possible. And I'm not an expert in it. I'm not an expert in marketing. Some people might think I am. I just have a lot of experience being able to survive in business for 30 years as a solopreneur. But I would not say I'm a marketer. Like it's like I have to market. I'm a headhunter for 17 years and, and all that. But, I'm not a marketer in the way that the guy who wrote that book, Copywriting Secrets, is a marketer.
Right.
That's an online marketer, and it's a very different process than communication to get to, like that. So the first thing we would want to do is we want to speak to the pain, not to manipulate them.
And that ding, 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 ding,
right.
ding, ding.
I know. That's
there
it.
It is.
There it is. Right. That's why I'm talking like this, leading to that. Not to manipulate them. Right. But how about this? I did $500 a month in Facebook ads sponsored by one of my clients during COVID just for fun. And it all went to not-for-profit stuff, right? Like different things that I do that aren't money-based. And when I'm doing that, I have to learn how to communicate directly to the pain for a couple reasons. If I don't, I'm wasting my money, my ad money, right? Because like people, what's this about?
Right.
Like, it's like, what is this about? Like, what is the problem going to solve because people will know that this, what is the problem that this is about? Is this going to relate to me? I know I'm not saying it too clearly right now. Just bear with me. I can hear myself not being clear right now. That's okay. That's okay. It's just what happens when you're putting an ad out on a Facebook ad, which is again, what a book like this is about too, is how do you get people to like bite the hook, get the bait and bite it? Well, it clearly has to speak to someone that's like, I need this. I need to hear about this. I need to click this button. Why would I need to click the button? Because I'm in pain. I've got a problem. Right? So the purpose is not to manipulate someone. You're not going to manipulate someone to try to convince them that they're more fucked than they really are. That's not the purpose. And even if you thought you were as good at that as I am, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't get you clients you'd want anyway. If you could try to convince them they had a problem that they didn't know they had, and then it's worse than you thought it was. I mean, I've had clients that maybe I've done that too in 30 years. And I can tell you, I don't remember it ever working out. So we're not like, that's clearly not your motivation. Right? Clearly, that's not your motivation. I want to manipulate you. You really got a problem.
Right.
In this book, Copywriting Secrets, it's very, very clear. You don't make money easily and lots of it if you're trying to convince people of something that they don't already know.
Right.
Right? Just like when I was a headhunter, I was taught it's a sorting process. Make 100 calls a day in the right target market, and then see who bites. Get them on an evening call with you. Get 6 of them a day, right? So it's a sorting process, right? So in this kind of marketing, it really, when the person realizes, holy shit, based upon what you just said, this guy kind of knows me, this girl kind of knows me, I want to click the link, right? I want to click the link. I want to, I want to click the link. I want to like talk to her, maybe get on a call with her. That's all we're doing here. That's all this is about. This whole thing that you went through and whatever you went through with Deb was about that. Like it's about you have to do that. Speak to the pain, speak to the problem so that they will want to do something. And usually, because we want to go for the hardest type of marketing, because if we could get good at this with cold marketing, it just makes the other type of marketing just more effective as well. Is we just want them to click. We just want them to send an email back. We just want them to send a response back. And if you think about it, even the message that I created with Samina's help that during that spiritual journey when things were going to shit and would have went to shit, and then behind her back when grandma was dying and all that, I used this software that was sending out these automated messages, and you were one of them 55 people that got on her calendar from automation that you didn't know was happening. That's pretty significant, eh? 55, right? Right, grandma dies, da-da-da. Thank God. Boom, appointments, 3 a day going on, right? If you look back at the message, it had to have, although it wasn't like designed as a marketer, it had to have had elements of pain that you resonated with, or it had to have spoken to you, right? You had to have it spoke to you because you had empathy and compassion because you were in that type of pain before or something like that. You could really resonate with pain. And there's something about that message that appealed to a person like you that cared enough to actually say, yes, I'll book a call with you. And here we are. So let's not make no mistake about it. Even though I said I'm not a great marketer, those are pretty great results using, the pain. Their pain is all in that. Pain, I manipulated you, okay? I manipulated you then.
Okay.
Right? There's
Okay.
that's what gets people a problem. When it's like online to get them to do something, online to click a link, online to say, I was just trying to get anybody to comment in any way to that message. And then Samina would do a personal audio message with everybody. But my goal was just to get you to answer the message or not. Right? And if you answered, then there's going to be another message and Samina will handle that. It'll be personal after that. But I'm just putting this whole thing that you read into context, the thing you read with Deb. It's appealing to a cold audience, and then boom, now you get to not be manipulative.
Right.
Have you felt in any way, even though I told you this before, I was honest with you. I said, hey, we did this thing. That's how I got you that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me what your issues are. I don't care if you say, yeah, I do feel manipulated now that you told me. Yeah, but you're still here, so I still don't care. Right? But seriously, did you feel manipulated in the process?
No.
Right?
No.
I could have kept it a secret. That would have been the smartest thing to do if I was not like you, by the way. Like I am like you, in other words. We do not want to fucking have games being played like your ex does with you and different people in the past, I'm sure.
No.
Right? We just don't operate like that. That's what the three of us have in common. We have this no games. That's what I really loved about your email. When you sent that email, Samina was crying and crying and crying. And
no.
No, I know. This is a lesson for her. Don't apologize, please.
Okay.
Because all I did was take your side and say, Samina, you're going through a lot. You've got a worry addiction. You got anxiety. You got your hearing coming up right after you just had to do another hearing. You're going through a shitstorm right now, and I can tell you right now, this woman isn't leaving you. She's not leaving you, Samina. It's part of the reason why I said, let's go meet her. This is for Samina, and I'm coming too. I want to see you, but that's my hidden agenda. I'm like, no, Samina, I'm telling you, this lady is a businesswoman who respects her time, and she would never, ever knowingly participate in something that would have somebody, have her miss an appointment. And that was so upsetting to her that she's just trying to send a message to say, this better be happy and fun. And I said, Samina, you're just adding drama, Samina, right? This woman is just who I know her to be. There's nothing going on here to prove it. We're going to go meet her face to face. You know how much I like social, but if I'm going to go meet someone face to face, I do like you, but it is a combination of that experience that Samina had that I'm like, Samina, we're just going to schedule something so she's not going to abandon you and just do what Deb did and send you a message and block you left, right, and center and not tell you why she did it. No, Samina, another person's not doing that because that's her pattern. Right. And so you're not apologizing, and please do not apologize when you get back on the call after you and I. But if you do, then didn't apologize. But hey, I'm just saying I appreciated your email a lot because that's someone being straight with me. Right.
Well, that's me.
And yes, you agreed to Wednesdays, and I tried to find the footage and I couldn't find it. But it doesn't even matter because
No.
here's what I do remember. You were irritable in the morning. We started the appointment, and I didn't know until now, you're not really a morning person at 7 a.m. I know that now about you, right? But that was the first time I knew it. Is you were irritable and just like, get this over with, Scott. And it was like a 20-minute process. I had to do it in 5 minutes. So it makes sense to me that there might have been some confusion. And I'm not even going to go find the video to prove that I was right, you were wrong, or you were right. Like, what does that have to do with fucking love? What does that have to do with anything here, right? That email you sent was self-love, right?
Yes.
I don't want to hurt anyone, and I don't want to feel like shitty participating in this thing. I thought this thing was like everything you said was true. You're right. That's right. Absolutely. That's right. This has got to be fun and for free, like step 12, right? That step 12 is for fun and for free. And you were just saying, hey, this is the first time this is not fun. But unlike other assholes, and I'm programming Samina right now. She's listening so she don't feel attacked. But unlike other people, you weren't passive aggressive about it. Boom. Just like how you acknowledged me for I told you you're playing a game with your coach because your coach should not. I wasn't saying you were. I'm just saying you got to tell your coach.
But I was.
Fucking, you're not that. Yeah, I know.
I totally was.
Okay, I know, but I didn't know you were that aware. I thought it was more of an unconscious thing that was just going on, and then, But anyway, we don't need to get into that.
Yeah.
But the point is that it didn't take very long for you to say, hey, fuck yeah. Scott pointed out, I thought that was the case myself. Now I know for sure. And you're a person that has to speak up when you've been wrong now. You're like me. You're right. And probably a lot of people don't like that about you, just like a lot of people don't like that about me, but you get but real people stay, which is nice.
Yes, thank you.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're welcome. Real people stay. Real people stay. So all of that to say that was God for Samina, I don't know what the fuck that has anything to do with what I'm supposed to be doing here with you, with pain versus desire. It does. It's about you just understanding that there's nothing dishonest about being very straightforward. Let me pretend I was. I've done interventions at $55,000, my drug addiction ones, right? And in those ones with the hardcore drug addicts that I've attracted, that's because in different things they've known from me over the years, I know what it's like to smoke $30,000 worth of crack in one evening. I know what it's like to go to want to run away from your drug dealer so much that you get on a flight just like spontaneously, I got to get on a flight anywhere where I can go right now. I don't want to use. And so the first flight that sounds like it's somewhere I want to go is, I forget it was Barbados or wherever, Mexico or whatever, but it's just like, I just had to get on a flight. I was married, had a house in Oakville, and, I just had to get the fuck out right now. And then as soon as the flight lands, I get a cab. And I asked the cab driver, can you take me to the most dangerous part of this city where a white man could get killed just briefly? And I'm all, and he takes me. I said, wait here. And I'm in the cab in 15 minutes with crack. And I smoked crack in Las Vegas. And I never left the hotel room. And I had prostitutes and everything. And I know what it's like that as I'm smoking the crack, prostitute comes. I can't even fuck her because I'm all cracked up. And then when it's time for me to finally leave the hotel room 4 days later that I never left, I know what it's like to think I lost my passport and I hid it under my bed. I found out at the very last minute because I was worried the prostitute was going to steal my passport. I know what it's like to go into the peephole of the hotel, the door, and look and I see a police officer that's not there. This is what happened in Las Vegas. And I know what it's like to get on the phone in that hotel in Las Vegas and talk to the person just before I'm about to smoke the first bit of crack, because I know it's going to happen for 4 days, right? I'm an author, a famous author. This is 20, 30 years ago. Well, more than 30 years ago. I'm a very, very famous author. Sorry, more than 20 years ago. I'm an author. I didn't give you my real name. and I need some paper and I don't see any paper and I can't come to the door, you got to slide it under the door. Like, give me some paper and slide it under the door. I can't answer it. Why? Because I know I'm going to be too paranoid. As soon as I answer the door, by the time this whole experience happens, the paranoia experience, I cannot even get to the door. I know what it's like when I had my house in Oakville and I was doing crack while my wife was in Toronto. I know what it's like to have this little baby bird that broke its wing and you brought it in and you took care of it. You're taking care of it for 4 days. It's getting better. And I know what it's like to smoke crack and you're watching the bird die in front of you because you're too paranoid that if you get up to give that bird water, it's dying of thirst in front of you. It's 6 feet away, 6 feet away. And you're watching it die of thirst, and you're trying to smoke some more crack so you can get the courage to go there and give it some water. And this dynamic is happening for 8 hours. I kid you not. I kid you not. 8 hours. I'm watching, like thinking that the next hit of crack will give me the confidence to just go give it some water. But I can't because I think the police officers that are outside the door right now, because they'll hear me tiptoeing, right? I know the pain of what that's like, guys. And if you've been through 12-step meetings or you've tried different approaches and nothing has worked really to have you have an amazing life without alcohol and crack in it, give me a fucking call. I'm expensive. What's so manipulative about the fact I made 55 grand for saving a kid's life on crystal meth? Because him and his parents could listen to this guy and go, that's my guy. Right. And then they come and see me and I tell the parents, I'm not qualified to help your kid. I don't have any degrees whatsoever. And all those I delivered 200 school programs that I created that were endorsed by different doctors, Gabor Mate and Stanton Peel. And I got in and delivered over all of Canada and US an addiction prevention, because of this. Yeah, I got into schools when it makes no sense. How the fuck did you get into schools? Liability issues? Yeah, it wasn't easy at first until I got my first testimonial. But I got in by this. I know the pain. And did I manipulate them right now? I guess you could say I did because now they're listening and then I'm reactivating their hopelessness right now in that moment. But it's always ready for a relapse anyway. This problem is always there for anybody who you're going to succeed in solving a problem with. See, we don't market to people or avatars. What we do is we market to problems, right? We're solving problems. Like that's who we want to just articulate the problem so clearly, right? That, oh my God, that's my problem. It's like Eben Pagan says it, when you can get to the place where you can communicate their problem in their own words better than they can in your marketing, now you've made it. That's the goal, is to be able to communicate their problem in their own words better than they can. Like, for example, you know what I say with an addict? And it seems like it's just 3 words. It's how I built All Addictions Anonymous in Toronto. I had one hook and I put these on poles all across Toronto and I had to get people to the church meetings. Are you fucked? Question mark. Interesting, right?
I'm sorry. That's just awesome.
But it's because that's the language of an addict.
Yes.
That's not just the language of an addict. That is a language of the type of addict that comes to see me. That's the type of addict that comes to All Addictions Anonymous, which is so controversial when I created it about 15 years ago. I mean, at that time, addictions could not be, you go to AA, you go to cocaine, you go to sex, you go to whatever we have to have a common problem we can identify with. And that's, then you do not violate that sacred tradition. And I did. Because I had sex addictions, I had so many addictions. And when I try to talk about my other addiction that I was dealing with, like my cigarette addiction in AA, fucking, I'm hated. Shut up, we're not here to talk about that. Or when I talk about my sex addiction back then in Cocaine Anonymous, some old timer, shamed me. So what I learned is the people who would come and join this guy that was only 2 or 3 years sober himself, out trying to change the world, it seemed,
Mhm.
I wasn't. I was trying to help people who had addictions that I have that I'm not allowed to talk about. Right? What I noticed is when they'd have their first session with me, after doing it so many times, you get mastery, as you know. You're a master, whatever the fuck you do. I'm the fucking man when it comes to addiction. Right? Just how many people I've helped. This booking process came out of me booking people in the AA book, Customized for Any Addiction. I've been doing it for 20 years, almost 17, maybe at least 17. Is what I realized is there's 44 pages of this big book that are all to 50 pages about that are all step one. For you to understand you're powerless over alcohol and your life has become unmanageable. And what does that mean?
Okay.
Right? You think it required 50 pages to show an alcoholic just how fucked they are because they don't get it. And then the next 50 pages are the other 11 steps. So what I started to see, because I would have certain addicts come to me that I realized they don't have the time it takes for me to book them through 50 pages. I got to get them through these steps fast. I don't care if I'm told I shouldn't do that. My treatment center told me you do not get a person doing step 4 until about a year. And I'm like, I don't believe that. I don't believe this shit. Yeah. So I was just doing my own thing, like I always do, doing my own fucking thing. I don't give a fuck. I don't, and it wasn't easy. I'm still codependent. I care what the old timers have to say about me. I want to be known and I don't want anybody to hate me. I just want to help these people to stay sober. But I got to do it my way. And my way is I fucking know this guy can't wait. He's going to be on the fucking crack pipe sucking cock again if I don't get him through faster. So then I just asked you, are you fucked? And then the guy would go, oh, fuck, am I ever fucked? And I'm like, oh, shit. And all of a sudden I realized he's got step 1. Let me just try starting from step 2 on page 44. Right? So my point is, I just spoke the language of a crack addict. And because of that, I got to help crack addicts and get paid for it. I spoke the language of a person that was so fucked and maybe wasn't a crack addict. They were in these other fellowships where they were also taught that they couldn't help other people. That it was a slow recovery journey. They were fucked. And then like there was no solution for them. So I just, that was my headline. It was, I had business cards that said, are you fucked? It didn't say All Addictions Anonymous. It didn't say Scott Gallagher. It didn't say Jackie Mott. It said, are you fucked? Right? And so now I want you to start to take a different direction here. And the way I love to do this best is to end this recording and you come back right now, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to end this and come on back right now, all of you. All 12 of you. I was just saying to Samina, but she's probably mic'd, so she can stay mic'd. That's a good, mic yourself again, Samina, because I see your face on my screen. Love your little face. Please understand that, but get it off my fucking screen. Can you please mute yourself, Samina, on your microphone? And Jackie, can you just talk?
Hello, hello.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you hear me coming?
I certainly can.
Awesome.
So what I was saying was, wow, the Vortex is really having an amusing, this is an amusing conversation happening here with the Vortex here. Very amusing for me to watch it myself.
Nice.
So I just want you to now talk, not about anything that I said.
Okay.
I want you to talk to me about the pain that the people you help are in.
Okay, so one of the things that is coming to me as we're having this conversation was, do you remember how I talked about sending my coach the long email that sort of lays it all out? This is what I'm doing. This is why I'm doing it, because I really felt in my heart that she just did not understand. She thought she was going at it from this is what we were talking about, and she didn't understand that there had been a breakthrough that had shifted some huge boulders out of my way. And therefore, this is what my heart wants. So that was what my brain wanted. This is what my heart wants.
And let me pause.
Yes,
So I just want to say, whatever you're about to read, understand it's marketing, right?
Yes.
She had an idea of something that wasn't true, and you marketed a new idea in her.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Exactly. It's crazy.
I want you to know that's marketing. There's nothing dishonest about that of marketing. Marketing is beautiful. Everything's marketing. I got laid so many times because of marketing. No, everything's marketing. Everything's I got myself coming to your place with Samina, marketing. Go
Having
ahead.
a
What do you want to read?
bonfire and some good food. Okay. So I talked about a whole bunch of stuff. One of the things was I said to her that because she didn't know me when I was married, right? So she didn't have any idea who I'd been at that point. She met me about 6 months after, and I was not yet.
She did not know how fucked you were.
She didn't. She didn't. So here's what I said. I went, believe me when I tell you that I was a shadow of myself for months after he moved out, because I had stopped doing the things that bring me joy, and I had disconnected from some very important parts of myself. In hindsight, that may have been one of the factors that led to the divorce. I felt old. I felt fat, unattractive, like I wasn't good enough because he'd chosen her. And I had to shift that. And then it went blah, 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 blah. So then, the 6 Weeks to Sexy program, right? I said, this program has nothing to do with sex or body parts or how they fit together. It doesn't even require that you have a partner
Hello.
Yeah.
It has everything to do with the words you just read. That's it right there. That's marketing. That's marketing. You just talked about pain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just saw myself in that. Holy fuck. That's all that chapter was about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That, but keep reading, tell me all you want, but that's what it's about. It's about, I was this, I was that, you don't know this side of me, and right? So that is intended to tell your story that way.
Yes.
So that now if somebody sees themselves, they don't even have to necessarily be fat, but that was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Use those exact words in your marketing to hook someone in on an ad.
Mm-hmm.
Want to find out more? Click. But go ahead. If there's anything else you want to say, go ahead.
It goes, but it's beautiful, right? Because it's so exciting because you get to the point where you're like, I don't need a fancy fucking name. I need my smile. I need my story. I need me, right?
You need to bring you to this thing, which you just did in the first words you read.
Exactly.
That's all.
So there you go. So now it's going to be Jackie Mott Empowerment, or what is it?
Doesn't matter what you call it. Doesn't matter
right?
what marketing tell us in marketing. Don't show your logo.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me your name. Why do you think you see these things? They go boo, 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 boo. Hi, my name is Scott Gallagher.
Yeah.
Right after you just hooked me. Oh, now you tell me your name.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what your name is. I care only. No, this is marketing, and you're going to find this in the book. By the way, which day does it work for you best? Because I want to try to make this copywriting secrets thing happen on a day you could join us. What's the ideal day for you to regularly commit to copywriting secrets if I can get alignment from more than one person?
I can do Mondays.
Monday's the only day I can't do.
Okay.
Could it be any other? Give me one other day.
Tuesday or Thursday. Can't do Wednesday or Fridays.
We can't do Wednesdays either. So Tuesday or Thursdays?
Yeah.
And then in order for you to feel really good about it, 7 a.m. is not the time, is it? No, we got to, the reason why I'm open to changing it now, because I changed my 11/11 agreement with Samina as the seasons start to change. So when it starts to get fall, I start to start a little later, then winter a little later, So I'm soon to be moving my calendar to 7:30 or 8 in the morning anyway.
Okay.
So what is the perfect time for if this would
8 would be really good. 8 would be really good because by then I'm up and
on a Tuesday or Thursday, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So note to Samina's write down for me. Thank you, Samina. So take me back, Jackie, what we were talking about when I just realized, oh shit, I got to deal with that too. Yeah, that's great.
I think we were talking about exactly what you said. So it was really interesting because what you're talking about with the, I did that to get her on board. I explained, here's where I'm coming from to get her on board because I want you to be on board and help me. She can help me with this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, but it was I felt old, fat, unattractive, and I need you to understand. I need you to understand that that's how I felt. And there are people out there who feel the same way. And I know that I can help them. Because the 6 Weeks to Sexy and the retreats that I'm planning and the this and the one-on-one coaching, I am Okay, so I got to tell you right now, my arrogance button is like, shut up, Jackie, don't say that. Just to be straight and honest with you. But I am the person, I'm going to walk out on that stage and I'm like, my husband of 27 years fucked off and left me for another woman. Yay, thank God. Right? And so I'm not going to be the person who's stuck in that place for the rest of my life. And that's why people need me.
That's
because
right.
there are women that 10, 20 years later are still stuck in that, oh my God, he betrayed me. Who gives a shit? Let's get on with our lives.
That's
right? And that's what I bring. So let's get her done. Let's have some fun. Let's get back into that place where the sexy, let's tap into that confidence and that joy and that creativity and all of that. And it can be done in a man or woman. I don't quite know how to do it with a man yet, but I will. Yeah. So that's really what it is. And it was so interesting going through this process because this email helped me to shift some of the stuff that we're talking about right now.
And it's beautiful. I also want to highlight something else you did right, if you want to call it that. See, when we think, I don't want to like manipulate people because it's bottom line is we think we're being dishonest in some way. We got this hidden agenda. But you could manipulate a person like, hey, you know how I got Samina to go against her employer? I told her this was years ago. I said, when they were abusing her and, we won the case for her, she won 30 grand in the end, just like I promised her. She was being abused and taken advantage of. Her self-esteem was so low. And now her father had cancer and she just wouldn't resign. And I said, Samina, I'm going to tell you something right now and I'm going to manipulate you. So just get ready because I know no other way to try to make this happen. And I told her, I truly believe, and I'm so certain that I want to go see your father as he's getting his cancer treatment because you told me it's happening today. We'll go surprise visit him at the hospital. And then, and I'm going to ask him this. I'm going to tell him my theory and you're going to just watch his eyes. He might not say any words, but he'll nod his head in agreement. And you know him. If it's wrong what I'm going to say, he will say, no, you're wrong. I said, that's how certain I am. And this is my last straw. You're killing your father. Now notice what I did, though. I told her up front that I'm going to manipulate you. You're killing your father. He came to this country from East Africa for you to give you an education, right? To give you what him and mom didn't have. And they have devoted their entire life for you. They came to this country for you. Your dad took shitty fucking jobs for you. You have a degree. You're a social worker. And you think it's about that. He wants you to be happy and free. Your father knows as well as I do that your employer is abusing you and you won't leave. Your dad's trying to plant seeds for you to leave. I'm trying to get you interviews. You and me and your dad are working together, talking about you, trying to get you the fuck out of there. And now he feels like he failed. Like his whole reason for life is failed and now he wants out. And I promise you that is what was going on. And that he doesn't have cancer anymore. I bet you he doesn't have cancer anymore. Like once he realizes that like this is completely over and you're never going back. And then we had that conversation. And if I remembered any details inaccurately, I'll tell you when I see you in person. Like Samina can correct me, but that was the essence of the conversation. And I was right. That's why he had cancer is because his daughter, he felt he failed as a father because his daughter won't leave this abusive relationship. And he doesn't have cancer anymore. And it's because his daughter left that abusive relationship. And that's just the way it is. Now, if I did not manipulate her, I wouldn't have been able to do that. But I didn't manipulate her. They're like, because I'm telling you, I no other way because I care so much. I'm just going to fucking guilt trip you. I know guilt is what drives you, Samina, and I'm going to use it. I never do that against you, but now that I am, I have to at least tell you that's what I'm doing. Right? So in your email, in the way you speak, everything's honest. There's nothing hidden. Listen, I've got to tell you this because it's not about this program. It's about my story, and I know what it's like to feel like you. That's why I got to tell you this. It's completely honest. So you're speaking to the pain. but you're not manipulating. You're just being honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that one of the blockages, in all honesty, I think one of the blockages for me was
in all honesty, you just said it, subliminal. In all honesty,
Yes.
in all honesty, that's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? In this program that we do, Integrity Choices, there's this manifesto I created, came from other places too, and then I just made it my own big book and landmark. But it starts with be true to yourself, be honest with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what you're being. You're just being truthful and honest with yourself, and not keeping anything hidden, which you know how's it go again? Don't hide that which you know you should not be hiding. So for you, I should be hiding this. I had a fucked up life, here. I went through fucking embarrassing shit. Right? And I need you to know that, because that's why I want to do this program for other people that don't have me.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. And I think like the way it all fits together now, and so I don't know what you pay attention to on Facebook or whatever, but I'm back to doing my daily videos. And one of the things that I've really been focusing my attention on this week is like the flow, getting into that flow. And I had to do that. I had to confront the issue, not confront the coach, confront the issue with the coach, and stand for myself and say, I love you. I want you to be on my team. And if you can't be, that's okay. Here's what I'm doing.
Just like your email to Samina, yes or no?
Yes.
Got that, Samina? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to end here. You're going to do your social sharing video on the value you got, and come on back on this link, just so it's easier for you. And Samina will deal with those other things that she said she was going to accomplish in the call.
Okay.
Including scheduling, getting some dates to schedule the London thing, as well as I'd like to schedule another call with Samina's time, because this is like step one is get present to that. Step two is now we're getting into some more details on the program itself and how to, have the messaging now that that block is clearly, seen and disappeared.
Yay.
Yay. Yay. Yay. That's who you are.
It is.
You stand for the truth. Show me the truth. Okay, I see the truth. I have to be in alignment with the truth. Samina, we'll see you soon.
All right. See you soon. Thank you, Scott.
Samina, you do a social sharing video too for just for me, maybe if you have time, on what value and what you got trained in for yourself. See you soon.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.